Here's something that I've noticed with couples, when I work with couples, and it's also a bigger theme than that. And this is that often when people engage in analysis of their problems, and when they want to, when they're driven to engage in analysis of their problems, that can be an avoidance of actually dealing with the problem. So I see this especially with couples where what's needed is actually a change of behaviour. And if the behaviours were changed, people started doing things differently, then the problems would change. Or maybe that the couple have to recognise that they're actually fundamentally incompatible and face that. So action or the courage to face reality. And of course both action is and the second are both forms of courage. So the problem here, I guess, is one of courage and action, and we hide behind analysis to avoid that. So what I'll see, especially if one of the people in the couple really doesn't want to face things and is using language to sort of avoid their responsibility for problems in the relationship, they'll really insist that what we have to do is analyse more, or what we have to do is work on techniques. And I'll even, sometimes that person will get a bit frustrated with me, like we're not doing the real work here. We come in here each week and you're sort of talking about this simplistic stuff. I mean, we can work this out. What we need from you is analysis, but actually no, you never work it out. They never do the simplistic stuff. It never happens, and that's the stuff that actually creates the change. So hiding behind analysis to avoid really dealing with the problem, to avoid the responsibility for changing, or to avoid the courage of facing the truth. And I guess the bigger lesson for this also is that this applies to individuals. This applies to each of us individually as well, that we can run and hide in intellectual analysis of things, and that gives us the false sense that we're really getting to the root of the problem. We're engaging in the search for an explanation, and if we get the explanation, if we get the cause, then we can deal with the effects. But it's actually precisely an avoidance. The analysis and the explanation is actually an avoidance of really dealing with the problem. Most problems in life are actually dealt with through action and or courage. We need our intellects, we need our minds, but they're actually highly developed. We can work things out pretty easily, typically, if we actually take the courage, so take the action that's needed and exercise the courage that's needed. If we do that, we can find the means, we can find the way to deal with things, and in fact often a lot of problems disappear merely by virtue of taking action and acting with courage.